What's up, guys? Welcome to Move to Action. I hope you're having an amazing week. Hey, if you didn't check out Move to Action last week, you have to go look at it. It's about how we get through the dark times, we get into bad places, and it's been so profound. So many people have reached out and said it affected them. I wanted to build on a little bit this week. We all get in dark spots, right, where we get this negative internal narrative, and it's just this bad self-talk, and then it kind of builds and it builds, and it gets to a point where we're not sure even how to get out of it. But hey, before you check out, before you write me off, listen to this. Can I have a question for you? In Psalms 20, I read something that I want to challenge you with. In Psalms 20, verse 7, it says, "Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God." Hey, can I ask you something? What do you trust in? What do you put your trust in? You may say, well, of course, it's in God, but where do you go to when you start to get down? Because if I could be so bold to submit to you, that's what you trust in. Is it an addiction? Is it pornography? Is it a friend, a girlfriend? What is it? What do you go to, right, whenever you get down? I talked to one of our psychologists on staff, Candace, who's amazing. And I was asking, I had some heartaches, some people left my team, and I didn't think I was that sad, but I didn't know why. I was processing it so weird, and I had these old temptations that were just coming in, and I was having a hard time. So I said, Candace, hey, why is that? Why do you think that is? And she said, growing up, when you go through hard times, you groove in neural pathways of how you deal with hard times. Whether it's negative self-talk, saying bad stuff about yourself, getting depressed, anxiety, again, pornography, drinking, bad relationships, whatever it might be, anger, it doesn't matter. So, but I just would submit to you that whatever it is that you rely on in those moments, that is what you trust in. And we have to be able to process out of that and groove in the right neural pathways that we trust in God. And that just takes consistency. It takes surrender. It takes prayer. So let me give you this. This is what I got at, and I want to share with you. This guy probably had one of the hardest times that anybody in the Bible, and that's Joseph. You can read through his story. I'm going to read you a little part out of Genesis 50, but you can read through. He's the guy that his brother sold him to slavery, and then Potiphar's wife lied about him, said that he tried to rape her. He got put in prison. The people he helped forgot about him, just constantly, all this negative stuff. But God used him in such a special way. So God took him from being sold into slavery by his brothers to being essentially the vice president of Egypt, the most powerful nation in the world at that time. It was amazing. It was crazy, the story that God brought him to. But the part we're going to read is his brothers need him, right? His brothers need him, and so they come like, hey, we'll be your slaves. Please don't hurt us, because Joseph's so powerful now. And hey, listen, do not miss this. So many of us, we would love to be over the things that hurt us, right? A person, a circumstance, a situation, we would love to have the authority over it. And let me ask you, why is that? What would you do if you had that authority? What would you do if you had the ability to hurt the person who hurt you back? What would you do if you had the ability to force a situation change? Because if it is for malice intent, then we're in a bad spot. See, right here when they come and say, oh, Joseph, don't hurt us. Please don't kill us. We're your slaves. I love Joseph's response. This is in Genesis 50, starts in verse 19. But Joseph said to them, don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? I love that part. He said, am I in the place of God? And what he's saying there is, hey, God's the one that judges, not me. That's massive. No one has hurt us as much as these guys hurt Joseph. Yet Joseph says, what? I'm not God. I'm not your judge. That's not my place. Which is amazing. He had all the authority, all the power. He could have done anything he wanted to them. Yet he said, that's God's job. It's my job to love. It's my job to be Jesus, even before Jesus had came. So Joseph said to them, but don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. I love that so much. Listen, whatever has happened, God will use it for good. Talks about that in Romans 8 as well. But whatever has happened to you, God wants to use it. And some of the stuff was bad. Maybe somebody walked out on you. Somebody hurt you. I don't know what it is. But God is going to use it to show that there's victory. God's going to use it to build your empathy, your sympathy, so you can love on people. When no one has hurt, no one has been hurt as much as we hurt God when we walk away, yet He loves us anyway. It's amazing. So what you intend to harm me, God intended for good. Then He said, so don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children. Not only did he not hurt them, not only did he give them what they deserved, but he loved them and he provided for them. Are you willing to love and provide the people who hurt you? Because, hey, if I could be so honest, be so bold, God's not going to let you out of this shackles you have yourself in until you're ready to put your hands to his work. Let's not let darkness rule us. Let's be light and light into the lives of those around us. I love you. Hey, share this with somebody. Tell somebody about your plan. People put power to the plan. I love you. I'll see you next week.